railroads. I wish I could show you a game that's in progress, but unfortunately, I don't have any saved games. I am going to tell you that I absolutely love this game. This is a wonderful game. The only drawback to the game is that the map is relatively small. The graphics are really cute. It's really easy to do things like lay track down. And there's enough cities. There's enough cities that usually when you play, you're probably not going to connect to every city. It's a fun game. It's a typical railroad game where you start out with steam engines and you have to move up through the years to get into the modern engines. The cities will grow very easy to work with, like laying a track through the. See, I guess it has to connect to existing track, but laying a track through the city is very easy, and it is definitely it has some resources. For example, you see that there is a beef company and there's a farm, and this is an old game, and the graphics are really well done. Considering, I mean, this could be over 10 years old. Um, it doesn't have a complex resource chain, but what will happen is every town has a certain demand. Like the towns need food and they need oil, and if you supply them with what they need, the town's going to grow faster. The majority of the game, the concept is you're going to be transporting people from town to town. However, there are oil resources, farming, etc. You're going to transport those also. Over here, you can see we have a bigger town. This one happens to be Los Angeles. And it shows you very nice, the way the graphs are done, very nice, very nicely laid out. It does have, let's see if we can get anything here. I believe that I don't think it's multiplayer. I don't remember ever playing against somebody. I'm sorry that these buttons don't work. Now, in terms of other games that are like it, you have Railroad Tycoon. Uh, Railroad Tycoon 2 was a game from the 1990s. I loved it so much I bought a new computer so I could play it. I loved Railroad Tycoon 2. This is a smaller version of Railroad Tycoon 2. Railroad Tycoon 2 had a far bigger map, but unfortunately it doesn't run on modern computers. At least it didn't the last I checked. This is a really good game. You're really going to enjoy it. It is an intermediate level game. I wouldn't say it's an advanced game because there's no complex supply chain. And the about having a small map, having a small map is challenging because you got to figure out how are you going to route so many different trains to all these different towns most efficiently, and with the bridges to be able to go to build a bridge over a train track in such little amount of space. It's going to be really difficult. I'm going to give you a hint. The way I did it was I made three rails circling around, a local rail, intermediary, and an express line, going all the way around the map, hitting virtually every city with all the major cities, with some branching out. You see, this has a demand for food. What is the price value of this game? You know, it's hard to say an old game is worth $30 or $40. I would be happy to pay $30 for this game. My enjoyment level. Um, if you find it for $5 or $10, pay it. It's a wonderful game. If you like little railroad games, don't pay $50 for it. Obviously, I'm sure you're going to find a good deal on it because it's such an old game. And let's see if we could find Bishop. There it is. I'm going to show you how easy it is. Like if you connect over here, you see how it changes the terrain? Automatically builds a tunnel. It's not perfect, but for the most part, the game works. See, it's really nice. It's a really cute game. You're going to find interesting ways to make your way through all the tunnels to each city. I'm going to show you how you go through the city. It's pretty cool. See what it does? It just goes right through the city like that. And then you build a station, and you can build like multiple stops in the city if you want, for example. multiple stations. You can have trains. You can do trains looping around, or you can have trains coming from one way going in and going out, etc. It's a pretty cool game. Really enjoy it. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.